guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a cooking video. I am going to prepare a Nando's feast for my family. I'm really excited because I love Nando's. I haven't had Nando's in almost a year now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure last time I had Nando's was January of last year. So it's been a long time and I figured why not just make it. Even though you can get it delivered, I just wanted to challenge myself and see will I be able to make it. And I'm not just going to be making like chicken and chips. I'm going to be making the sides as well, like garlic bread. I'm going to be making corn on the cob. I plan on making fino pizza. Anybody knows me that is what I order every single time I go to Nando's. It's always the fino pizza. I love it so much. So I'm going to be attempting to make the fino pizza with the halloumi and the red onion and the chicken and everything. I've got quarter-piece chickens and I've got wings. And what else? And I'm going to be making the rice as well. And yeah, I'm just really excited. I love food and I just love Nando's, so I'm really excited to try it. So stay tuned. So here we have our chicken. I decided to go with wings, so I have a kilo of wings here. And I have the chicken legs. It's like leg and thigh piece. And then we have the thigh pieces for the pita, the fino pita. And here we have our seasonings and everything. Alright guys, so I'm going to start off with preparing the chicken. So now that the chicken has been cut and prepared, I'm just going to wash it 3 times with lemon juice. So now I'm just preparing the vegetables. So I'm using 1 red bell pepper and I'm going to cut some garlic and an onion as well. And then I'm going to put them on the pan in order to grill them, just so that they can get a smoky flavor before blending them. Okay, so now I'm going to put this on the pan. This is just a way to get that kind of smoky flavor that's usually in the Nando's chicken. You usually only have to do this for about 5 minutes. So the veggies are about done. I've turned off the heat now. And so a tip I learned in order to retain that smokiness within the vegetables so that we can taste it in the sauce is to cover it with tin foil whilst it cools down. Careful not to burn this off. So cover it with tin foil whilst it cools down for about 10 minutes. So just leave that there. So once your veggies have cooled down, they're kind of still steaming, but it has been a few minutes. Once your veggies have cooled down, you can put them straight into the blender. So the whole point of PeriPeri sauce is to use PeriPeri chili, which is a type of chili from South Africa. I'm not going to use that because I don't have any. I'm just going to use scotch bonnet. So I'm going to use like a really small amount, because I realized I got hot when I actually should have got medium. I don't mind hot, but some people are really finicky about spice at home, so I don't want to make it too spicy that some people can enjoy it. So that's why I'm going to put like really small amounts of like leftover scotch bonnet. But you can put in a full scotch bonnet, or you can put in like 4 or 5 like peri-peri chilies if you find them in the shop. It's up to you, it's up to your own preference. So I'm just going to put that in. I don't want it to be too spicy, and since I'm going to add this and it's already spicy anyways, it's okay with me that it doesn't have that much spice. And here I've just gone in and mixed all the powdered spices together. So there's a tablespoon of thyme in there, a tablespoon of salt, smoked paprika, and oregano. I will list these all in the description box, so if I've missed anything, then I can correct it there. So I'll just put that in there. So after going in with lime juice, we're going to put in 2 tablespoons of vinegar. And then after that, 4 tablespoons of olive oil. And I'd recommend putting, I don't know, some type of liquids, because I found it a little bit hard to blend because this wasn't liquidy enough. So maybe a little bit of water or more olive oil. It's up to you. Okay, now I'm gonna put in like a quarter of the peri-peri sauce. So we're gonna go pretty light with the seasoning because the peri-peri sauce that we made and the peri-peri sauce in the bottle already have salt in them. So if you're very like health conscious, you don't want to put too much salt in your food. But I still want the flavor to be there on the chicken. So we're just gonna go in with some garlic powder, just a light amount, some all-purpose seasoning, and some curry powder. So first we're going to go in with half a teaspoon of curry powder. Then we're going to go in with a teaspoon of garlic powder. You don't have to add too much garlic powder if you don't want to because there's already garlic in the peri-peri sauce, but I love the taste of garlic, so I don't mind. And then 2 teaspoons of all-purpose seasoning, and any brand or any all-purpose seasoning should do. And then just a drizzle of olive oil just to help everything come together. And then just mix it in when you're done. Okay guys, so I've put all the chicken back in one bowl together. It's just because this bowl is more likely to fit in the fridge rather than the other one. But yeah, like my plan was to marinate them in separate bowls just so that I can make sure that the seasonings are correct, and then bring them together. And I'm gonna put the peri-peri seasoning on top of this, and it's gonna rest in there overnight. And that is our chicken seasoned and marinated. So that's gonna rest in the fridge overnight, and I will see you guys tomorrow for showtime. So here it is the next day, and I'm just putting all the chicken on the oven tray. And you will be able to fit everything on it, don't worry. Even stack them on top of each other if you have to, because eventually as they cook they'll shrink up. So that's what I did. And I just put it in the oven. I put it on quite a low heat, which I kind of regret because it took ages. So just kind of put on a medium heat, and then after about 30 to 40 minutes, check it like this and turn it over. So the chicken is currently cooking away in the oven. It's almost ready. It's been in there for an hour and 10 minutes now, so I'm going to take it out soon. It just needs to be fully cooked inside, and there was still some blood, so I need to make sure that it's cooked before I put it on the grill. And here I'm just cooking down the peri-peri sauce that I made so that we can baste it on the chicken after. But if you have no leftover sauce, you don't have to do this. You can, like I said earlier, just use the normal peri-peri sauce, whatever flavor you got, like hot, medium. We're getting ready to make the rice soon, and here I just have all the ingredients. So like I said, we're going all out. We've got the corn on the cob, we've got the rice, we've got all the ingredients for the rice, we've got the pita bread for the fino pita, and the garlic bread I'm just using ciabatta. We got the halloumi cheese, the butter for the garlic bread. I'm going to make garlic bread, the garlic butter from scratch. This looks like a lot of onions, but because we're making the caramelized red onion for the fino pita, and caramelized onion, if you've ever cooked it, it looks like a lot, but once it shrinks down, it's actually not that much. And this is the 1 onion for the rice as well. But of course, I'm going to show you how to make the rice separately. Just got all the spices. So yeah, and there's going to be chips as well, but that's just I'm only going to leave that to the very end because I feel like I'm going to fry it. I don't know, for health, maybe I'll be healthier and like oven bake it, but I will see. So yeah, that's that. I'm going to take this off. This has been kind of cooking away there for about 6-7 minutes. So now I'm just prepping the veggies for the rice. I'm going to be using half of each color, and then chopping them into small pieces, as well as 1 onion and some garlic as well. So now I'm about to wash the rice. I'm using Tesco's Easy Cook long grain rice. You can use any rice that you want to. Yeah, this is just the one that I decided to go with because I like long grain rice. And yeah. And this is the mug that I used to measure the rice. I used about 4 cups, but I'd actually recommend using 3 cups for this rice. And yeah, just wash your rice to get any starch out. So I put about 3 to 4 tablespoons of oil, and once the oil is hot, add your vegetables and just stir them around until they become translucent. So now I'm going to add in the washed rice, just to get another stir there after 2-3 minutes. I'm going to add in the washed rice and then start adding in the seasonings, and we're going to toast the rice and then add in the water. So after adding in the rice, then we're going to go in with our seasonings. So we're going to put 2 tablespoons of tomato puree, a teaspoon of turmeric powder, about half a teaspoon of coriander, a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, a teaspoon of chili powder, a teaspoon of thyme, a teaspoon of paprika. I use smoked paprika here because that's all I had. And then just stir it around. Also put in about half a teaspoon of salt as well. I did that off camera. Then you're also going to go in with 2 tablespoons of all-purpose seasoning. So now we're going to go in with the water. The rule I usually go by is for every cup of rice you put in, you put 1.5 cups of water. So I have 4 cups of rice here, so I'm using 4.5 cups of water. You don't see the other half cup, but it is there. And you just stir it around, and we're going to leave it on a low heat. So my oven usually goes 1 to 6, so I'm leaving it on 2, so it just depends on your oven settings. So we'll just leave the rice to cook away there on a low heat, and then we will come back and check on it after about half an hour. And I also didn't mention it, but put bay leaves as well, about 2. So here we're making garlic aioli for the fino pita. So I have some mayonnaise here, just plain mayonnaise, and then we're going to go in with 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, then we're going to go in with a pinch of salt, then after we're going to go in with some minced garlic. I don't have a garlic mincer, so I decided to buy this Lazy garlic brand. I got it from Tesco's, but if you have a garlic mincer you can just use that. And at the back it said for every teaspoon it should equal 1 clove. I think I was unsure about it, so that's why I didn't go with 3 full teaspoons. I wanted to test how strong it was, because you know, like some minced garlic can be really strong, but then I tasted it and it wasn't strong at all, so I just went back in with another full teaspoon. Okay, that's the garlic aioli done. Now I'm going to move on to making a caramelized onion. So now we are on to the caramelized onions. So we got to cook all these onions. Here's a quick update on the rice. It's been about 20 minutes now. I forgot to mention to put in bay leaves, and I just kind of drop them in there. So just kind of give it a stir, because most of the vegetable will lay at the top. Most of the seasoning kind of rises to the top, and you just want it to be like equal. And I have a tablespoon of olive oil and 3 tablespoons of melted butter. Well, it's melting now. We're going to get ready to cook the red onions. So once your oil is hot, just drop in your sliced onions and just stir that around there. So guys, I just want to show you that I have the corn on the cob, and it's going to be like that for about 10 to 15 minutes. And just follow the instructions or whatever packet you choose, that's the best way to kind of know what you're doing. So back to the red onion, as you can see it's now translucent, it's getting softer as well. So this is now where we can start to add our salt and sugar. So here I have a tablespoon of caster sugar and a teaspoon of salt. I just want to mix them in there. So I'm going to spread that on that. And we need 2 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar. This has no label on it, but I know it's like reddish vinegar, red wine vinegar, balsamic vinegar, that kind of vibe. Okay, now we just let this cook on a low heat for 10 minutes, stirring every once in a while. So alright guys, and the red onion is finished. Now we're going to finally cook the chicken thighs. So the oil is hot now. There's about 2-3 tablespoons of vegetable oil in here. So once your chicken has cooked for about 5 to 6 minutes, we're going to start basting it with the remainder of the peri-peri sauce. So you're just going to get a brush and brush it on. And then you're going to flip it over after and do the same thing on the other side. I did this about 2 or 3 times. You don't have to do it that many times, but I just wanted to ensure that the peri-peri was, you know, shining through. So just rub it onto the chicken. And once you're done, you can take it off. So now we're onto the garlic bread, and the closest bread I could get to the Nandos bread is ciabatta. So what you want to do is you want to just cut that in half. So the garlic butter I made by myself off camera. Basically I used about 2 to 3 garlic cloves with a pinch of salt, parsley and about 4 or 5 tablespoons of butter. You can get already pre-made garlic butter or you can make it yourself. So just kind of slather that all over the garlic bread and then put it in the oven. I'm pretty sure I put it on 170 or 180 degrees for about 10 minutes. So guys, the rice is done, and sweet corn is there as well. I'm going to grill it a bit just so it has that little charred look and so I can get some melted butter on there, but I'm going to leave that last so that it's hot. So all that's really left to do is grill the chicken and put the pizza toast. I'm going to toast the pizzas so I can start putting everything together. Oh, and the halloumi as well. And the halloumi. And toast some halloumi as well. So just like the thighs, you're just gonna put your chicken pieces on there. Let it cook for about 2-3 minutes just to kind of get a charred look, and then baste it. And then flip it over. And I'm pretty sure I did this like about 2 or 3 more times till I got the desired look. So you'll notice in the back that I'm toasting up the pita bread. For some reason I just didn't get any camera footage of that, but basically I just toasted it up and then put the fillings inside. That is it, guys. Here we have everything. We have the rice, we have the salad, the fino pitas, the garlic bread, the chips. Unfortunately I didn't have any peri-peri sauce, so they're just gonna have to be plain chips. Sweet corn, chicken, everything. So I'm so excited to eat this. Okay guys, so that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed that and that you found it easy to follow along. I'm sorry that I wasn't able to include some clips in like filling in the pizza. I really wish I was able to get that, but around then things started getting messy because there was like 4 different things that had to be finished. I had to wash the chips, fry the halloumi, fry the sweet corn, char the sweet corn, and then kind of keep the chicken heated up because it was ready, but because I still had to fill in the pizza and make sure the chips were done, that was starting to get cold, so I had to reheat it. It got so messy that like the last thing on my mind was actually filming, despite the fact that I was doing this for the YouTube video. But if there's anybody who has any questions about how I do some things, I can answer them. I'll even leave like comments in the description bar. But it was pretty straightforward. Like I showed how to do all the steps. All you have to do is literally fill it into the pizza, which was fine. So please stay tuned for next week's video. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, share with anybody that you know who's looking to maybe create a Nando's feast at home. Bye!